Have you ever felt like you don't have enough money to trade with? Like you only have 20, 30, 40, $50 and that's all you have, and you feel like that you cannot be fruitful with that amount of money. You think that in order to trade, it's necessary that you have thousands of dollars. But what if I told you that was not true? This video is for my people that don't have much capital. Not only is this video for people that don't have much capital, but this video is also good for those that have much, that have plenty. Why? Because in this video, I'm going to teach you the importance of managing that small account. I'm going to also teach you the strategy that I use in order to grow this particular account. So y'all, what I did was I am doing a challenge right now of me turning $50 into $500, okay? So just so you all can see, I know for one, I know it's gonna be some people out there that's gonna say, oh, we need more proof. Listen, this is all I got because this is all I got, right? I'm not about to go through each trade no, I'm just not doing that. So if that offends you, it's all right. So as you can see, maybe you can see that. It says $57, all right? Now, this is where the account has went to. We're at $102. All right, so I literally purposely did this, and I didn't want to use much. I really wanted to use $50. So I can show you just the importance of managing what you have the right way. And let's get rid of that lie that you have to have a lot, right? I want to read you all something that's absolutely a game changer. I want to give you a perspective for all my people that feel like they don't have enough. And as soon as I get finished with this, we are going to jump to the charts, and I'm going to show you the exact strategy of how I do this gold zone system. And I'm going to just show you how you can apply the gold zone system to whatever markets that you are trading with. Because that's the cool thing about the gold zone system, okay? I'm going to read you guys something from Matthew 25 and 14 through 30, right? We're probably not going to read the whole thing, though. Again, so this is verse 14. Again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. Now, understanding that if you are in Christ Jesus, right, you are a follower of Christ, you have received Christ as your Lord and Savior, you are now a part of the kingdom. So what he is saying is he's actually saying that he's speaking directly to you when he says, again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of this particular man. All right, so listen, he's talking about you. He's talking about me. So that means that our awareness needs to say, hey, we need to really pay attention to this because God is teaching us something about the kingdom of heaven, something that we're a part of, right? He says, he called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He entrusted his money to them. I want you to understand whether you have a job, whether you have a business, everything that you have, God has entrusted you with, right? So nothing is just by chance. You don't just have a job by chance, but God has given you a seed. God is blessing you, right? He says, he gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportions to their abilities. I want you to pay attention to that, to their abilities. He then left on his trip. The servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. Now, this is mind blowing. First, I want us to understand that everybody has a different amount of money. That God, that in his word, he says, dividing into proportions to their abilities. Everything that you have right now is based upon your ability. So what you have, so God will entrust you with things that fit your ability. Now, understand that God also provides. So of course, I'm not saying you get all your money and whatever money you make, you just invest everything and you don't have no. But the money that you have that you can increase it. All right, increase it. Of course, you need to pay your bills. Of course, you need to eat. Of course, take care of the things you need to take care of, your priorities. But when God has entrusted you with extra, begin to invest that. Whether, now notice, one person had 5, another person had 2, and another person had 1, right? Everybody has a different amount. Some of you may be starting off with $1,000. Someone else may be starting off with $50. And someone else may be starting off with just $10, right? Now let's continue reading. It says, but the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. Isn't it fascinating that the ones who have the least, or maybe it's us that have the least, we want to just keep it hoarded, and we're scared to grow it, right? We're scared to grow it because we're scared that we're going to lose it. But notice that he says the master's money. It is the master who's the one who provides the increase. It's the master who's the one that says here, like, this is not even, okay, let me slow down. When I realized that my finances were not truly mine, but it was the Lord's, it gave me a whole new shift mindset, even in investing, right? Now I'm so much more intentional. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do fail, right? I do. When I mean by fail, I'm not talking about just lose a trade. Maybe I get out of my way. Maybe I break my rule, but I feel such heavy conviction of that I know I don't need to continue doing that. Why? Because I need to steward the thing that God has given me, whether it's $10 or $50. I want to see increase in that space, right? So let's continue. Look, we're gonna get to the screen in just a second, but I really want you guys to let this sink in, okay? After a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to give an account of how they used his money. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more. Y'all, I'm telling you, even as I'm reading this, this is blessing my life over and over again. This is truly blessing my life. Wow. It's like the Lord just keeps revealing things, even in this moment. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more. What he did was, that man, that servant, he turned the 5 into 10. Now he has 10. It was 100% increase. A 100% increase. The servant to whom had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward to the 5 more and said, Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest. I have earned 5 more. The master was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, my Lord. So now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. Listen, this is so good. Okay, now let's understand that this man has the most out of the servants right now. He has 5. He was able to, he has the most right now. Compared to the one who only has 1, compared to the one that only has 2, he has the most. But yet this master is saying to him, you have been faithful over the little. You've been faithful over the little. I can entrust you with more. Mind you, if the other 2 behind him, let's continue to go. I'm getting my head in myself, all right? The master who was full of praise, well done, my good and faithful servant. They said, the servant, verse 22, the servant who had received the 2 bags of silver came forward and said, Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver to invest. I have earned 2 more. The master said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Listen, stop comparing about how much you have and become a good and faithful servant and believe God that he's going to give you an increase based upon your ability. So whether you have $50 or $500 or $500,000, God is saying, listen, that is small compared to the thing that I'm able to give you. If you are a millionaire right now and you're trading, God is saying, listen, if you will just be a good and faithful servant, that is small to the things that I have for you. If you are a person that you only have $10, God is saying, listen, be good and faithful with the 10, and I'll bless you with more. The problem is we compare ourselves with other people and we see how much other people have in their basket. We see what God has blessed them with, and we try to say, listen, Lord, why haven't you given me that much? But God is saying, listen, be faithful in what I give you, and don't worry about how the increase is going to happen. I'm going to bless you with the increase. Right? Listen, I just showed you all how I was able to turn 50 into 50 more. Right? Okay. Let's think about what $50 can do. If you own, there's been times where I needed like $30 more in order to pay a bill. What good would that $50 be? What good would that $50 be if I just need gas? I need to buy a formula. I need to buy an outfit for my baby. Right now, when you start to put it in that perspective, if I was to give you a whole list of things that cost under $50, you would say, man, I want that $50. Man, I want to turn that $50 into $1,000 because I see what $50 can do. Because I'm not focused on the small that I have. I'm focused on where this small can turn into. So I want us to have a mindset shift. Right? If you have a small account, I need you to stop thinking about how small it is and start thinking about what God can turn this thing into. Right? Be faithful. Your goal, our mission is to be faithful in the thing that God has given us. Right? Now, I found myself, transparent moment, I found myself plenty of times not being faithful. Like, I felt myself not sacrificing my flesh. And when I mean sacrifice my flesh, like doing everything that I feel that I want to do, like over trade, over leverage. And I simply I was not faithful in servitude. I was not faithful in taking the steps that I needed to take in order to get to that destination. I was trying to rush the destination. Now, if it's a part of your strategy and you're able to like flip accounts within a few minutes, then great. That's what you do. If that's a part of what you do, right? But if that's not a part of how you trade based upon your strategy, everybody's going to have a different strategy. So if it's not fixed within what you do, then don't do it. Be a good and faithful servant. One more thing before we get to the chart, I want to tell you something that's blessing my life. One more thing that just absolutely blessed my life. So I created this group with some other traders that are close to me. And I want to read you this verse. This verse. Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 10. Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Listen, I believe that some of you are very good traders, but you have to be aware of where you lack. Like where do you lack as a trader? And if you lack in any space, maybe it's over trading, over leveraging, that's okay. And when I say that's okay, I'm not saying you need to stop working on that, but maybe simply you get help. Get in a community, get in a trading community where you all can help each other, hold each other accountable. All right, help each other with the burdens. Have someone to say, hey, listen, you need to stop. You need to slow down. You know what you're not supposed to do. Have someone that you can connect with in trading. It'll make a world of a difference. Okay, listen, also in saying all this, I've decided, because I believe that there's many of us out here, I've decided that I'm going to create a signal room, right? That is a little bit different than the signal room I have right now. So right now I have the Gold Zone tier signal room, and that's where we're in a Zoom, and we actually get to communicate. You ask questions, I give you analysis. I'm telling you every trade that I'm getting into, why I'm getting into it, where I'm going to look to exit at, everything about the trade, right? It's firsthand. But I'm creating a signal room that I will give you a breakdown each morning, right? It'll be a breakdown of 4 to 5 different trades that I'm looking at. It's going to be the same 4 or 5. I know for sure we're probably going to go over like Nasdaq, US 30, gold. And I want you guys to tell me the last one. So it's going to be a fourth one, whether it's Forex. I would probably say, yeah, whatever it is. whatever y'all say the most that y'all trade, then I'll add that to it. Okay. Now it is going to be a New York session, so we'll probably start around like 8:30, 8:40, just around that time of me sending out the analysis, and I'll give you literally a breakdown of each one, and I'll show you the gold zone. All right, so you can look for that, and I'll actually tell you guys how I would trade each one of these if it got to the gold zone and what to look for. So you can start flipping your accounts over and over again by simply trading at our gold zones. Now, I digress. I feel like I just gave y'all a mouthful. We're now about to get to the screen, but I really wanted to share that with you. That is probably, but like, before you even see strategy, these are things that must be covered. Okay, must be covered. So now we're about to get over to the trading screen, and on this particular video, I am not gonna, like, y'all are not gonna see me as I explain what's going on, but you will be able to hear my voice as I break down the gold zone on just yesterday. I can't go over. I may go over the one we did today. Today was a decent day. Today is actually a pretty good day. But I think yesterday would be just a more clear of a gold zone. This one is a more, today's trade was just a little bit more, I don't want to say advanced, but based on gold zone, right? And when I say advanced, I'm not talking about as a trader, but I'm just talking about based on gold zone, different things that you would have had seen within the gold zone, okay? But I do want to show y'all just a simple strategy. There's no indicators. There's none of that. We're probably going to have like 3 lines up, if that. And y'all can do this. All right. I'm going to give y'all a whole breakdown of how how I do this every day. All right. All right. Let's do it. All right, family. So let's get into this thing. Okay. So first thing is understanding that the time that we are going to do this, well, the time that I am now trading, I used to say 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is still okay. But this new market has been so much more better trading at 8:40, starting at 8:40. So literally starting my analysis at 8:40, and I can look for a setup between 8:40 to 9:30, and then of course if I see anything at 9:30, 9:35, 9:40, right? Then you take those as well. But I am looking for my setup right here. Okay. So first thing I want us to be aware of is what is price doing right now. Now I'm about to give y'all the whole breakdown, so get ready. I am trading on the 15-minute time frame. I'm only trading on the 15-minute time frame, right? That is it. We're not going to move from any other time frame. We're simply going to stay at the 15-minute time frame, okay? Now, overall, what are we seeing? What are we seeing go on right now? We are in this uptrend. Right? Like we're in a nice uptrend. Prices are respecting all through here. This is actually a gold zone area right here. So if you've been following me, you know that this is also a gold zone level. All right. So we also have this level right here. But I want us to focus on what is price doing immediately. What is the channel? What is the pattern? What is the rhythm of the market right now? And what I mean by right now, like what is taking place in this area? What are some like support resistances that we are seeing in this area that we could take advantage of? All right. Now, first thing I want to do is I'm going to just zoom in some, and I'm going to try to see what's going on in this area here. Like how is price respecting this area right here? What is taking place? Now, the first thing I am seeing, the first channel that I'm seeing is this right here. If I was to bring this level here, boom, I am seeing price really respect this level right here. All right. Now it is 8:30, so I'm going to click this one more time. Okay. So we got a nice push down because I don't start until like 8:40, 8:45. It's really 8:40. Now you could have seen this, and I'm sure some of y'all have seen this right here. You're like, Kirby, you could have shorted this. Yes, this is a beautiful phase one. Well, like this is beautiful, and I'm not even say that's a phase one. That's more so of a phase two, and we'll talk about that later on in this video. What are these phase ones, phase twos? But as you guys can see, let me delete this. As you guys can see, this is a simple break, retest back at the gold zone. This is a great short position. Now I wanted to call this, y'all, for the signal room, but I could not because I was on a different page, and I was literally looking for this. Like this was the first look right here. This is very easy, very very easy. You got to break, retest back at this gold zone area, push back down. Cool. But I want us to focus on the channel, right? What is the channel that's happening? And we have this right here. Price is simply respecting this level here. Boom. and price is respecting this right here to the downside. Boom. So what are we seeing? We're seeing this is our GOAT zone that we can pay attention to right now. Boom, we got price respecting all through here. We're respecting this level. We know that this is just a strong key level here, right? So as you're going to notice it, you're going to start seeing a pattern take place. Now this one did wick out. That's all right. Price come down here, key level. So what are we seeing? We're seeing that price is in this little bounce area here. We have a pattern here. So if we was to stay with the rhythm of the pattern, if we was to stay with the rhythm of what's going on right now, our next entry will look something like this. Boom. We could look for a long position right here. Now, understanding that this area here, and I don't want to confuse you all with so many lines. I just want to show you that this level here is this is the perfect gold zone today, right? Now, if you missed this one, like we did, right? There were two confirmations here, okay? So if I was to rewind this back, we got price simply respecting here. Price has not touched the gold zone level yet. This would be a great entry for a short position. We also have an extra confirmation because we have this horizontal line, which is over here. So this whole area right here, we know that this is a strong level, right? So the first actual gold zone, if we were trading at 840, would be right here. Stop loss for Nasdaq for me is always 30. So 30 points, right? We're simply going to just trade the rhythm of the market. So anytime you open up your screen, you're seeing a channel, you're seeing something like this, you're seeing downtrends, and you're seeing a rhythm, then that's a key indicator that you are marking up gold zones, right? So boom, price pushes back down. This is a great trade to the downside. This is a 3-to-1. 3-to-1, we're done for today, right? Target this right here. You could have targeted anywhere in here and you'd have been done for today. But because I want to just teach you all just the gold zone, the power of the gold zone, we're going to continue to look for more, right? There's literally, I want you to understand this, that whenever you create these gold zones, you can literally trade off that same gold zone all day long. Listen, y'all, all day long. And I'm going to show it to you right here. Boom. Price did break down to the downside, right? So price did break down to the downside. So guess what? On this particular trade, you would have got stumped out. You would have got stumped out. Why? Because the gold zone, it bust past the second gold zone. Now, again, on this first gold zone, you could have been done for the day. I personally probably would have been done for the day. But on this particular trade, it just simply went against you. So your next thought is, let me see what the next candle is going to do. You have to be patient whenever you're trading these gold zone areas, okay? Be patient. Okay, boom. Price came back up, right? So price came back up. We're still being patient. Price then breaks above this key level. And I'm going to make this gold zone, this trend line a little bit better. Just a little bit more accurate, right? Because that is so important. Just being accurate is so important. Because if I bring it down here, there it is. So why is it so important? So whenever you are creating gold zones, be accurate. Be as accurate I can't even say the word, as accurate as you can whenever you're setting up your trend line. Go to the low wicks, right? So over here, price, you wanted to touch this wick, you wanted to touch this wick, you wanted to touch this wick. Why? Because that changes everything. Okay, as you're trading gold zones, we see that this candle did break beneath this key level here. This next candle, now this is where we're getting more technical, more deeper within the gold zone, right? The next thing is, okay, we're at a gold zone level and price is hovering around this gold zone level. But once we see this price come up in the 15 minutes and it closed, if I was to erase this, it closed above this gold zone level. Okay, this price closed beneath. This next candle closed above this gold zone level. So because it closed above, my next entry would simply look something like this. I will wait, I will be patient, let price come back to the gold zone for another long position. And I don't know why I hear some of you saying right now, Kirby, why wouldn't you go short? And that's a great question. Why would I not go short? Now, typically, what you could actually do as well is if you got to close beneath here, you could be patient and let price come here, and this might have been a good short. And this candle right here might have gave you a little bounce to the downside. You might have would have got that, right? Within the 15, I'm gonna jump to the 5 minutes. Yeah, so you would have got that either way. So this right here, this is a quick little scalp. Y'all, it's so powerful just trading that goes on, y'all. I'm telling you. You would have got a quick little scalp, but this quick little scalp, you would have actually hit a 1-to-1, over a 1-to-1 on this little move here by simply trading at the gold zone. So what you could have did for your first trade was once you seen this candle close beneath, you could have waited for price to come back up here and shorted this and caught another quick 1-to-1, right? You just can't see it because it is on the 5 minutes, but you could have caught that. All right. I want you to understand the power of just trading at the key level. All right. Now, let's get back to the 15-minute with our thoughts, with our minds. We know what happened in the 5 minutes, but let's get back to the 15 minutes. All right. We closed above the gold zone. We got to close above. So because we got to close above, we could simply, let me move this out the way. We could simply say, hey, we got to close above. Once price come back to this key level, I'm going to look for a long position. Why? Because it closed above my gold zone level. All right. So boom, price came back. This is your entry right here. Beautiful. Beautifully beautiful. You could have targeted this next gold zone level up here. And this is all at phase 1. So Kirby, what do you mean by phase 1? Phase 1 is anything that is within the channel. So anything that looks like this is a phase 1. When we're getting these ping pong bounces, that's phase 1, right? So boom, price breaks out. Now we're headed to phase 2. Well, we're on phase 2. This is where I simply create Pac-Man's mouth. We're going to go to this high. Boom. And I'm going to rewind. I'm going to rewind. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it. Let's just keep it there. Okay. So let's delete all this. We don't need all this. I'm trying to really make it so you guys can see it clearly and not be a whole bunch of extra stuff on the screen that's unnecessary. All right. Yeah, I'm so excited to show y'all this right now. Okay. So what we have right now is we got this, like this wick right here broke out, right? So my first thought is, okay, we may be headed to a phase 2. This is what a phase 2 looks like. Phase 2 says, look, we get a breakout, we get a close above. Now, we didn't get a close above on this one yet. So we cannot call this a phase 2 yet, right? A phase 2 says, hey, we got to close above this breakout. So this is a Pac-Man's mouth. What I'm going to do is once I see that, okay, we're in the phase 2 round, I'm now going to get my rectangle and I'm going to bring it straight to the top of this downtrend. So what you're going to do is anytime you're in a down channel like this and you got price respecting, right? You want to just go to the top of the channel and just create a rectangle straight across. Why? Because that is the final, that is the safety net. That is the back of the goalpost. This is the safety net right here. If price breaks this, well, we're probably going to get new highs. Okay. This is the final finality of this downtrend right here. If price comes to this key level here, well, guess what? This is phase 3. And we're going to get to phase 3 though. But let's focus on this area right here. Kirby, what do I do when it looks like this? Okay. Now, boom, price breaks. We got a close above gold zone and it did not reach phase 3 yet. This is beautiful, y'all. This is perfect. This is what we're looking for. We got to close above, whether it closed this high or it closed like in this area here. It don't matter. As long as it closed beneath under this and it closed above this level. These are your 2 levels that you're going to trade at. This level and this level. Phase 2, phase 3. All right. So boom. Price came back. This is where you can look to go long. Now, this one was a little bit different today, right? I'm giving you guys the ugly and I'm giving y'all the bad, the ugly, and the good, okay? This particular trade, you were going to have your stop loss a little bit back. Now, I don't typically have my stop loss back, right? So I would have got stumped out on this particular trade. But why? It's because this candle here just wicked out it just wicked out. All right. At this time, there was news that was released at 10 o'clock, and it caused price to literally blow past gold zone, right? Phase 2. But it's still a part of phase 2. It just blew past phase 2, right? On a typical day, this does not often happen, y'all. And that's why I'm confidently here to share this with y'all. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do not, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, all right? So, price came back to this phase 2 level. Boom, takes back off, right? Once you started seeing price come back above, well, then you would just have, you could have honestly skipped phase 2 today if you wanted to. If you just didn't have confidence in it, that's okay, and just being more patient, right? But this is the phase 2. Price breaks, price comes back. Typically, it comes back right at the gold zone, and we get another push back up. And so the reason that we're not catching this long one on the first one, the reason we're not catching this candle here to the upside is because there's a lot of fake outs. The same way that we got this fake out when you thought it was going to break and it came back. But what if you're just more patient and let the next candle come back and you catch it? Now, if it doesn't come back, then it just doesn't come back. It's okay. Like, you just missed out on that particular trade. But you want to start having a consistency the way that you trade, all right? Something that is safe and something that is powerful. Now, our focus at this point is phase 3. All right, this is Pac-Man's mouth. This is the top of the foundation. We're simply going to go to the high of this downtrend. All right, if it was an uptrend, we'll simply go to the low and it'll look something like this. All right, so it'll look something like this. Got this high here. We're going to simply bring it to this low. That's the Pac-Man's mouth. Very similar to what we've seen today in US 30. Okay. So boom, price pushed up. Boom. This is where we look this short. My God, this is so good, y'all. So good, so good, so good. You could have shorted this right here. This is phase 3. Phase 3 says, hey, if price maybe we're looking to respect this level here. Listen, y'all, you could have caught this trade right here, right back to the downside. This is already a 2-to-1. Or for some of y'all, y'all rather hear a 1-to-2. This is a 1-to-2, right? You could have caught this particular trade right here to the downside. Simply bouncing off of phase 3. Boom, price comes down. Boom, this wick right here got very, very close to the gold zone, which would have been a phase 2 again, right? They got very close. If you just slide up a smudge, you're actually on it, right? And if I was to come over here, I can see, okay, price respect. This is 5 minute respecting. Price is respecting through this level here. Price got very close to the level. You might have caught this. You might have caught this trade back to the upside, right? Simply, listen, y'all. I want y'all to know this. Where we're trading at. We're only trading at the few places, y'all. We're only trading here, on that gold zone and up on this gold zone level. Boom. Price comes back. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, and this was the one I was able to catch by the grace of God back to the upside. Back at the gold zone, back at a phase 2. I did close soon, though. But catch this back up to the upside. Boom. Price took off. Now, I know your thought is, Kirby, well, what's next? Now, if we was to zoom out, let's say we just zoomed out, and we seen, okay, where's price respecting on a bigger scale? We got this level right here. Boom. Look at that, y'all. Look how simply, if you were just patient, you just said, listen, I'm just going to trade at the gold zone. I'm just going to trade at the key levels. That's it. I'm not going to try to trade anything. I'm not going to chase anything. If it doesn't come to where I want it to come, I just simply will not trade. What if you started having that mentality? How much better trader would you be today? Just ask yourself that. How much better trader would I be if I just stopped rushing? I started forcing. I started letting outside noise get to me. I stopped letting the news and the world affect my emotions. But I simply just traded at key levels. I didn't overthink things. I didn't try to figure out things. I just traded at key levels, and I took advantage of the market. Next gold zone level is this. This is next gold zone level right here, all right? Boom. We already got this little pull down right here. All right. This is a quick scalp. These gold zone levels play like trampoline. This is already a 1-to-1. Maybe you could have took this off the table here. Boom. Look at that, y'all. Now, what's next, Kirby? Listen, y'all, this is so good. This is so good. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's so, like, God is good. I just put it that way. God, when the Lord revealed this to me, oh my God, man, it's ridiculous. Okay, boom. Price, respected. We got this high level. But guess what? Do we remember that we still have phase 3? Remember where I said we can have a key level? And now it is, y'all, it is in the afternoon. It is, I don't know what time 15:45 is, but I don't really know military time like that. But this is still the gold zone level. Listen, everything that we've already marked up is still here. Guess what? When price came back to this gold zone level, guess what you could have did again? You could have simply caught this right here, back up to the upside. You could have caught this right here. Boom. Now, this next candle, let's be patient. What's price going to do next? Now, I wasn't even looking at the screen next, but I'm just going to see what the power of gold zone, even looking at it right here. I told you all, like, listen, when you set up those gold zones can be strong for you all day long, right? This was a scalp here to the downside, another scalp here to the upside. Now, we did break back down to the downside, so let's see what we can do. Boom. Okay, price just came back up, y'all. Came back up to phase 3. Remember when I told you that if price closed beneath, we're simply going to go that same direction. Guess what? We would have shorted this right here. Price came back to the gold zone. Boom. We could have a 30 stop loss. Or if you wanted to have a tighter one, you could have a tighter one. You could do whatever you want to do. Let's see. Look, y'all, now it's going really, really slow. There it is. Boom. Look at that, y'all. To the downside. Lord have mercy. Look at that. And notice I only traded at the gold zone, the key level. I wasn't trying to get in here and no, just be patient. Let price come to key levels. That is the gold zone. That is how I literally flipped $50, to be more technical, like $57 to like $102. And then I sent you a screenshot. Mind you, I made over $102. But that's where I sent the screenshot at, all right? Now, let's see. And mind you, I want you guys to understand, I was only risking like $2 to $3 on these trades. Think about that in perspective. Like my biggest win was probably like a $10 win, maybe. Yeah, about a $10 win. So maybe $10 or $15. And I think I caught something on gold. It was just a really big one. But still, I was not risking much. Everything is between $2 to $3. All right. Now let's just see, like, what did price do today? What was gold zone today? How did things look today? And I'm going to run this by y'all really, really fast. And I'm going to end this video for today. So what do we have here? What do we have here? We got price respecting this level right here. We have this, boom. We have this. But the main thing that I like the one that I really like, is this right here. All right. So we got these two key levels. We got this gold zone level sitting right here, y'all. And let's not even focus on this one. Let's just focus on this right here. All right. So this is Nasdaq and this is today. What is Pac-Man's mouth? I want to ask you that. Where are we going to draw that rectangle I was showing y'all at earlier? Boom. I believe that you said it the right way. I believe that you knew exactly where we're going to place it. We're going to place it right here. Now, you guys see the Pac-Man's mouth? Pac-Man's mouth. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. This is Pac-Man's mouth. All right. Now, when we jump to the 5-minute time frame, you see that. Now, I want to be more precise. I told y'all about being precise. I want to make sure that I'm precise on my marker. I want to be precise, y'all. That changes everything if you are precise or not. All right. So what we're seeing is price simply broke this key level here. Retest back at the gold zone. Got a major pushback down. Now, this was at 8 o'clock. I was not trading at 8 o'clock. So I personally I did not actually catch that. All right. We also have this level right here that you could have looked at as well. Either one of these would have been okay. Either one of these gold zones would have actually been okay. All right. Now, boom, price did fly back down. Right. So let's just go back to this one. And this is the one that we actually was able to catch. this particular morning was this right here. Now, it wasn't a big day. It wasn't a big day as it could. I'm going to show you the two gold zones that we were able to catch, though. First trade, as you know, Pat Man's mouth. What do? We're going to go long here. We're not going to overthink things. Boom. Do y'all see this candle wick right here? This candle wick ended up becoming, it ended up being like a 1.2. That's where it ended at, okay? Right here, we did get a candle that pulled back down, and it did stump us out, but we are already caught a 1-to-1, a little over a 1-to-1, right? Now, this trade right here, we were able to catch this also to the downside. So once I seen that price looking like it's going to break to the downside, off of this breakout, we didn't have time to wait for a pullback necessarily because the kind of market was in, it was just a lot of volatility, a lot of momentum. We didn't have time to wait for a price to come back to the gold zone. So we had to catch it very quickly. All right. So yeah, that's kind of like all she wrote. 3-to-1 down here. US 30. Same ordeal, y'all. Same ordeal. We were able to catch this right here. This was a trade. First trade of the day was a long position here. It was like a nice little 2-to-1 or close to a 2-to-1, I believe. We had a very tight stop loss for US 30. It's always 35. Price came up here. We hit almost a 2-to-1 on this particular trade before it began to fly back down. Once I seen it start to fly back down and we broke out of this little key level here, y'all, that's all that was it. Took off. Price absolutely took off to the downside. Boom. You could have caught all this right here. This is an 11-to-1 trade. You could have caught this trade by simply trading that key level. Now, can I show y'all something right now that I'm seeing right now, right? Guess what? As I'm sitting here talking to y'all, look where price comes near. The gold zone again. Wow. And I'm just seeing this now. Price comes right back to our key level, back to the gold zone. We got to close above. Price came back, and guess what? We could have caught all this right here back up for a push-up. This is another 10-to-1 day. Y'all, there is power in trading at key levels. Listen, if you know you want to be a part of this upcoming signal room that I'm about to create, you know this is something you want to do, I want you to click the Telegram link in the bio, or in my bio or under this video, and get ready for me to send out everything, y'all, so y'all can purchase it, so you won't be missing out on this. And listen, and this is another thing I'm excited about. All right, is this is built for people that have small accounts, right? Like you cannot get into the gold zone signal room with my Zoom. Well, guess what? I'll be able to give you an analysis each day, and it is going to be more cost sufficient. So you don't want to miss this. All right, you don't want to miss this. I am so excited about opening up this signal room because it was just on my heart that there are many of us that simply just need help, and I believe that we can get to the next level, y'all. I believe that we can get to the next level, and I want to help you all to get to that next point by doing what? Simply trading at the gold zones. Mind you, I created this gold zone this morning. This thing has bounced off the gold zone not once, not twice, which is right here where price broke above, closed here, then broke above. 3 times price has been respecting this gold zone level. All right, 3 times price has been respecting this gold zone level. You know what? I honestly don't want to. Let's not account this one. Let's just say prices came back to the gold zone twice on the 15-minute time frame that we could have took major advantage of. All right, look, y'all. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I can't wait to connect with you. Bye.